Under the name of New Space One, there is an ongoing revolution in the space sector, with new players, commercial entrepreneurs, and businesses in 2020 entering a domain traditionally occupied by institutional players. Old space, example, space agencies working with large companies to exploit the new opportunities opening in front of them. These could include new services offered through applications of space data, from precision navigation, agriculture, and surveillance, to Earth environment monitoring, to more futuristic opportunities, such as space tourism or asteroid mining. Successful entrepreneurs from other sectors, from Richard Branson in the UK to Elon Musk in the US, have entered the space arena, taking risks and challenging the conservativism of the established, old space business model. Here is where we can identify the first challenge and learn a lesson from history, preventing space from becoming a lawless, wild west, where the strongest can take an unfair advantage. This should apply to low Earth orbit, where the current regulatory framework should be further developed and enforced to manage the increasing space traffic. Kukerteep and Akgun, 2009, Lal et al., 2018, to prevent interferences or collisions between assets of different operators, as well as to medium, MEO, or geosynchronous Earth orbit, GEO, and interplanetary exploration and exploitation. Indeed, new regulations should be implemented respecting established treaties and principles, example Outer Space Treaty, or the Convention on International Liability for Damage Caused by Space Objects. In areas where an appropriate regulatory framework is already in operation and largely followed by all the stakeholders, like the satellite telecommunications sector, ITU, 2012, the challenge becomes to stay abreast with technological progress and market evolution. Morozova and Vasunin, 2019. Together with the challenge, there is an opportunity to develop new regulations that spur further technological progress. The issue of the overcrowded radio frequency spectrum, as well as the sustainability of the space environment, which is threatened by the growing amount of space debris, have to be tackled. Solutions that are acceptable to the various stakeholders, from commercial organizations to political entities, have to be found and, most importantly, implemented. Activities in space cannot be contained within the boundary of a country's border and have the potential to affect assets or areas of the planet well beyond the jurisdiction of a launching country or the nation where a satellite operator is registered. Therefore, the international regulatory framework should clearly prevail on national regulations and limit the capability of countries to use less stringent regulations as a means to attract foreign business. At the same time, some consideration also has to be given to how to enforce at an international level the agreed rules and regulations. Indeed, the development of rules and regulations must be mitigated to avoid unnecessary red tape stifling new enterprises, and space law should preserve the freedom to generate new ideas and implement new applications. Hence, the challenge lies in balancing these competing requirements: a regulatory framework which protects stakeholders, countries' interests, and current and future human rights on one side, with the freedom to develop and exploit new technologies on the other.